Well, good morning from Bealtaine, Cottage, Ireland. I've just had a very interesting comment up on my Patreon, and it's spurred me to make this video, which, as you can see from the title, is questioning the ethos, the practical planting of trees that so many organisations are purporting to do. So, like for example, there are organisations that you can obviously give money to. It's all about money. You give money to, and they say they're going to plant a tree for you, or they're going to plant 10 trees for you. You have search engines like Ecosia, which was the case in point, which I've just researched a little bit, and they say, oh, use this as your search engine and we'll plant trees. Well, I've just had a look at one of the Ecosia videos, and yeah, I see trees. I see trees in straight lines. That's not woodland, that's not forest. Trees in straight lines. Trees in straight lines are all about extraction. They're all about harvesting. They're all about getting something from them. They're all about the mindset. Again, we come back to this mindset of greed. This mindset of, well, I'll only do it if I'm going to get something from it. And, you know, case in point, I have planted trees here. I've planted over 1,100 trees. But the point is that not only have I planted the trees, I upload videos at the very least once a week, sometimes much more than that. So I'm uploading videos on YouTube, showing you what I've planted, showing you this woodland. And I do Facebook Live almost every day. And again, I'm showing you what it is I've planted. Now, I'm not a big organisation. I'm not asking for money for my tree planting. I'm not saying, oh, if you support me, I'll plant a tree. What the hell is that all about? You shouldn't have to support anyone to plant a tree. People should be out there planting trees in total desperation at this point. Because the planting of trees is the only thing that's going to solve any of the problems that we're having here on Mother Earth. It's gone beyond ridiculous. Tree planting has now become some kind of a corporate badge of honour. Oh, look at this corporation, we're planting trees. And people need to stop and say, what kind of trees are you planting? Why are you planting the trees? Who are you giving the money to plant trees? Because I very much suspect it's about greed. It's about corporate greed and making more and more money from Mother Earth. Because the mindset of simply planting for the sake of Mother Earth doesn't seem to be in their consciousness. And search engines like Ecosia should know better than to be showing images of trees planted in straight lines. Trees planted in straight lines are all about harvest. And trees planted like that are all about greed. It's as simple as that. Do you see any straight lines here? Of course you don't. Because this is a woodland. I've planted a woodland. Are they all the same kind of trees? Of course they're not. It's a woodland. I got a gift. I actually got a gift from someone at last Christmas at Yule, and it was a certificate to say that 100 trees had been planted in my name. And this was someone who genuinely wanted to send me a gift and genuinely paid money for this certificate. I don't know where those trees are. I can't see them, and yet we have the internet. We have the ability, and I don't even have an internet connection. We have the ability to within seconds, to show people what we're doing, where we're doing it. And these big corporations, I mean, they've got people working for them. They have people working for them. How long does it take me to make this video? Look, this is a raw video. It is unbelievable how so many people are being sucked in to what I do truly believe is yet another scam. And it's a scam that's taking the money of good-hearted people, well-meaning people, because we're all desperate to see trees being planted. You've really got to stop and ask yourself, where are these trees? Show me. Show me. Show me the evidence. Show me the body of evidence. Bring up the body. You'll find there's no body of evidence. Or if there is, it is something, you know, which quite frankly is not what you're seeing on here. Planting trees is about planting. It's about doing it. You can't expect to make money from trees if you want to try to help Mother Earth. You don't give a gift to someone and demand something back, do you? Because you see, that's the corporate mindset, isn't it? It's like all these Green politicians, the Green Party. I was approached a few years ago to stand for the Green Party as an elected representative. Well, I'm not interested. Because one of the first things I did, I actually asked if I could go and meet a particular Green politician at his home. Now, you'd have thought that his garden, as he had quite an expansive garden, would have looked like this, wouldn't you? Oh. Talk about deception. It was lawn. The whole thing was lawned. Oh, it was very grand. It was very grand. Such beautiful lawn. I don't see any beauty in lawn. All I see is ego. Look at me, look at me, look at my house. I was watching a very interesting video on YouTube last night, and it was catching up with all the devastation through lack of water in California, and how there was a scheme at one point, I think it was just in the recent year or two, there was a scheme that actually, I think, paid people to take up their lawns and plant a more viable garden, you know, which in dry, hot, drought conditions, which seem to prevail again and again, was basically like a desert garden, you know, where you'd have gravel and you'd have desert plants, and plants that didn't need watering, you see. And all the people then who were interviewed, and I mean, presumably they were selected, but I mean, they were interviewed and asked about, you know, would you have done this without the, you know, financial kickback? And they said no. But now that it's done, I mean, it's just beautiful, and I wouldn't go back to lawn. So you see, that kind of attitude still prevails, and it's very, very, very prevalent within people's mindsets. The I will only do it if there's a financial reward. What can I say? What can I say? Is there any hope? Is there any hope? Or do little places like Bealtaine, Cottage just exist in some kind of a tiny little bubble? Tiny, tiny, tiny little bubble. I find it very depressing, actually. On days like today, when I'm forced to think about it, I'm forced to confront it, I find it extremely depressing. And my sort of immediate response, really, because I am a very passionate person, you know, I don't apologise for being a Celt and for having, you know, that kind of Celtic passion and fire in me. But I just feel like retreating from the whole silly nonsense. It's unbelievable. You know, I keep trying to reassure myself that perhaps there is a tipping point, that the tipping point is only 8 or 9 or 10%. And from then on, you know, people will awaken to what needs to be done and just bloody will get on and do it. But I do feel a sense of being pulled down by it all. And I am just going to concentrate now for a while on seeking out this extra land that I need to have, and I need to have it very soon, and I have made a promise that I will have it before the end of the year, and I shall. And just get on with the planting and keep going, keep going, keep going. That's all that matters, quite frankly. Nothing else matters at all. So yeah, this is a rant. This has been a rant. I'm going to rant my way up the drive now. And come on, Jack. Walking amongst my trees. And retreat. I'm going to retreat for a while. I feel the desperate need to retreat and get on and do the things that I know I have to do, and the things that bring me joy. You know, there's a wonderful Japanese designer, home advisor, can't think of her name, but she helps people to sort out all the rubbish in their lives, you know, the much too muchness. And she says, hold it. Does it bring you joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. People are so surrounded with stuff, you see, and stuff doesn't bring you joy. No, this is what brings me joy. A wee spider running up my hand. This is what brings me joy, and I'm going to get on with it. So I'm going to go into retreat for a while and concentrate on getting things done. I feel quite breathless, actually. I feel breathless because I've got anxiety, I think. Thinking of the outside world and thinking of the bloody awful mess brings me anxiety. And knowing that all I can change is what I can personally do. But anyway, People need to demand the visual evidence, the hard evidence, which is very easy to produce. I don't find it difficult to produce at all. You know, people moan about, I can only get one video done a week because, you know, it's very hard getting all the editing done and getting this done and getting that done. Do a raw video. This is a raw video. There we go. I'm going to go in now and load it up. Blessings to you all.